It's 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Game Week 37 deadline stream, the penultimate deadline stream of the season. There's only going to be one more in 8 days, 3 hours and 30 minutes. The final deadline stream of the season will start. But who cares about that right now? Because we've got a big double game week, the last one of the season. We've got doubts over Bruno Fernandes. We've got an injury to Richarlison. Typically, about an hour or two after it might not have even been 2 hours after I uploaded Final Thoughts yesterday, news came out that Richarlison might be injured. It has not been confirmed by Spurs, but at this point, there's too much noise going around to ignore it. So I would say, in my opinion, don't buy Richarlison. If you've got him, I'd probably sell him. I don't think he's going to play. I just... You know, it's Copa America for Brazil. He wouldn't fake an injury to be out of that squad or anything. There must be an issue there. And obviously, there's only a week to go of the season. So, not good. Not good at all. My bench boost is active. My likely moves are Bruno Fernandes to either Brennan Johnson, Pascal Gross, or Saka. I'm not going to go to Saka. I'm not going to bring in a single game week player. I'm probably going to go Brennan Johnson because it funds the move for Salah, which is the original reason to go for Richarlison. Or I'm going to do Saliba to Romero. I think I don't know. I think I'm more likely to do Fernandes because I want to leave myself the money for Salah, even if I don't end up going Salah. And also, I spoke about how doing Fernandes to Richarlison would give me the money to do Foden to Salah. Because Brennan Johnson is cheaper, it allows me to do Anthony Gordon to Salah by selling Isak in Game Week 38. And keeping Foden for West Ham at home. So I think it's going to end up being Brennan Johnson. Unsubscribe says, I've had word that Pep is leaving City at the end of the season from a very reliable source. Will help us for Game Week 38 even more if they have won. He will surely play as old faithfuls for his last game. Would they now unsubscribe has had very good info in the past, has to be said. But I just feel like surely not. There's no way they'd keep it secret for this long. Surely. Although I guess you wouldn't want to overshadow the title run, right? So I don't see it. But let's see. Got Kelleher and Saka and one free transfer. Do I take a hit for Ray and Havertz? Goal is to keep my rank. If you've got no money, you don't need to sell Saka, right? But if it's to upgrade Kelleher, sure. Would I buy Ray? I guess it's okay. I'd probably buy a double game weeker personally if it was me, but that's just me. Not everybody wants to buy doublers. Erez 9 months. On bench boost, Kelleher to Vicario for free or Kelleher to Petrovic and Gusto to Paro. I'd do the -4, I think. Thoughts on Bruno, Saka to Son? Dubravka and Romero. Should we cap at -8 or -12 has got only bench boost left? Also, is Jackson essential? Jackson's not essential. You should cap... the hits... I feel like I've been asked this all week. Like, you take as many hits as you need. Some teams won't need any. Some teams... I'm going to roll the transfer, right? So I'm not going to take any hits, but I'm in a very fortunate position where I got super lucky with injuries. Some people are going to have to take minus 16s. So you take as many as you need. Bruno to Son sounds good to me. Just like my thoughts are with Fernandes, he wanted to play the Crystal Palace game according to Ten Hag, or like he didn't literally say that, but he said he's always trying to be available or something like that, right? Anyway, he missed Crystal Palace. He's back in training. It's quite likely, I would say, that he starts. There's still some doubt out there. But if you don't have the spare transfers to deal with it, I wouldn't start taking minus 4s unless it's to fund a better move. I guess that really depends on what the move is. Linyard, thank you very much. Jandra, 25 points behind in my mini league, and the rival has my exact team. 2 free transfers. Would you do Son, Vardiol to De Bruyne, Van der Ven? You can also keep Son, Vardiol, and do Foden to De Bruyne and Bruno down to Trossard, Eze, Johnson. I think I prefer the second move, to be honest. I mean, they're both quite good. I think I prefer the second move, though. Because you're getting rid of Bruno is a slight doubt, right? Best defender under 4.4, Kraft or Van der Ven? I mean, Kraft will probably play both games, but I don't know if I would risk it, so I'd probably just go Van der Ven, to be honest with you. Is 8 Nuri okay to have on a bench boost? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you've got a free transfer, you could change him to a doubler, but I think he's fine as a single game weeker. You sound so confident Bruno is out. He literally trained yesterday. I mean, I never said he's out. I've literally not said that at all. I mean, you can go back and listen to the whole stream so far, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have not said that Fernandes is out at all. If anything, I've said it literally says in the ticker, I think he'll start. Will we get Man City team news? We probably will, yeah. They're the first game of the game week. Which players we get, we don't know. Bruno to Gordon for a hit. Gordon's quite good, isn't he? Probably not. I don't think, in general, I probably wouldn't take a hit for Bruno out. Between Bruno and Maddison, who's worth a hit for Gordon? Okay. I think Maddison will start. I think Richarlison news helps a little bit. Kulusevski on the right, Maddison number 10. I'd still probably sell him over Bruno, though, I think. Omar, 18 months. I took a hit to get Richarlison yesterday, and now he's injured. Should I keep him or transfer him out? I'll just transfer him out. If you want to stay with Spurs, you can just go Brennan Johnson. It depends how much money you've got to spend. We also don't know Bruno trained. He said to be on grass. He was out playing or something, he said, didn't he? Yeah, we don't know if he's in full training. We don't know how long he's been training for either. I don't know. Like people keep saying to me he always plays, and I think, yes, apart from last week. So I think with Fernandes, I think it's absolutely fair to say that he's at least somewhat of a doubt. Even if you think that's like a 1, 2, 3%, chance of not playing, he is a small doubt. Whether it's enough to sell him for a hit, I'm less sure. Archer to Welbeck or a single game weeker like Antonio? I'd get Welbeck. What to do with Dubravka? I think I would sell him. It's a bit... Okay, so someone's just asked me something on WhatsApp. It's a sidetrack me about England shirts, weirdly. Yeah, Dubravka. Like, it's a really tough one, but I just don't see how Pope's going to play at some point, isn't he? So Dubravka could get 1 start in the double, could get 2, but he also might get 0. I'd sell him. I'm pretty sure if I had him, I would sell him. It's a tough call. I'm pretty sure if I had him, though, I would just deal with it because I wouldn't want to take the risk. He doesn't start at all. By 2 of 4, Burn, Romero, Dunk, Trippier. Romero and Burn, probably. Captain Isak or Son, badly chasing rank. I mean, Wilson, as far as we know, is absolutely fine. So I actually think I'd probably go Son out of the 2. Like, Isak's still going to be good, but he's maybe a little bit less good with Wilson. I think both are they're really good options. I'm going to say Son. Although Richarlison out really doesn't help Spurs in general. And Isak gets to play Man United. I'm going to say Isak. Even though I'm going to keep my vice captain on Son because it's been on Son all week. Saw you on the FPL show yesterday where you froze a little bit. Yeah, my internet went down for like a tiny bit. It came back up, obviously. The nice thing is, because obviously it's not just me on the show and there's a proper production, they can just... they can just cut to something else. But it's live, right? That's the joys of doing internet and live TV, essentially. Moro, 1 month member, thank you very much. Muniz to Jackson and Zabani, I guess, to Romero -4 or just 1. I'd probably do both, I think. Gusto to Burn, Hoyland to Jackson -8. I'd probably do it. There's lots of moves that I would probably do. Like, there's a difference between what I think is like is Gusto to Burn and Hoyland to Jackson, is that actually worth it? I think it's quite close. Would I do it? I'd probably do it. Already tripled up on Newcastle, Chelsea, Spurs, City. Don't know who to bring in for Dubravka. Ooh. Well, I guess it's Onana, right? So maybe in that case you could just risk it. It's shown live everywhere apart from England. The UK, basically. UK and Ireland, I think. Sat with mango spritz in Corfu. All right, get you. Look, I don't even care. It's a glorious day in Galway. Great day to be in Ireland today. But that does sound pretty nice. Wondering who to take Maguire out for. -4, life is good. 4.5 or less, considering Hall or Liver. I mean, if you're going to risk one of the Newcastle players, I'd go Livramento, I think. But Van der Ven. All right, I think we're back. Typical. Just after I've spoken about the internet dropping on yesterday's FPL show, the internet drops. Does my effing head in. But that is what it is. Yeah, that cheap defender, Van der Ven, or Chelsea have got... how much is... Thiago Silva's over 5. Yeah, Thiago Silva's 5. Gusto's 4.3. I think that's too risky. Chalobah 4.3 might play twice. Badiashile maybe. I do wonder if it is something with the heat. Yeah, honestly. I feel like this always happens. I remember game week 38 a couple of seasons ago. I had major issues with internet. Do I think Saka starts? I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll start, yeah. I wouldn't be particularly worried about. I'd be more worried about Fernandes than I am about Saka. -4 for Gusto to Cucurella, Captain De Bruyne, Foden, Isak or Palmer. Need a differential to Haaland. I mean, I'd go Palmer probably. Is it worth leaving Richarlison at this stage? No, I'd get rid of him. -4 Gusto to Cucurella. I think if Gusto starts once, it's probably not worth it. So I'd say no, probably. 2 free transfers, bench boost 37. Edison to Pickford and Maguire to Vardio. Nah. Or keep Edison and do Maguire to someone else. Yeah, I would do Maguire to someone else. I don't think selling Edison to a single game week just to get Vardio is worth it, to be honest. Maguire replacement at 4.3. Veltman, Igor, Emerson Royale. Honestly, 4.3 is a horrible price point. Like, Chalobah's 4.3. Veltman is 4.3. So if you've got a spare Chelsea slot or a spare Brighton slot, that's probably where I would look. I wouldn't go Emerson Royale, I don't think. And I don't even think single game week is that much better at that price point. Like the Everton boys, like Branthwaite and Tarkowski, are more expensive. So is Ain't Nuri. 2 free transfers of Edison and Van Heck to Vardy on 4.4 goalkeeper. Should I do Verbruggen? I think he's more than that, isn't he? Oh no, he is 4.4. Ooh. Do you know what? In your case, if you're desperate to do that to get Vardy, I'd risk Verbruggen. Just hope he plays twice. Saka or Garnacho to Foden -4, or just go without. Probably just go without. Replace Maguire with a 4.8 million budget. Branthwaite or Gusto, the likely. I'd go Branthwaite over Gusto. I think 4.8 is a fine budget. I don't think you need to sell Bruno in that case. Rumours on Richarlison unfit, worth getting him in. Nope, he's potentially injured. Vardio or Walker and why? Vardio just seems a bit more attacking. Walker maybe slightly better minutes, but I'd say Vardio. Yes or no? Pedro and Richarlison for Isak and Johnson -4. Absolutely. Bench boost. What to do? Matthias, what are you thinking about doing? Like, what are your major concerns there? Who are you thinking about bringing in? I mean, you got single game weekers, so they're probably the ones to think about, right? Single game weekers and any injured players. Maguire to Porro, Solanke to Jackson -4. Yes, sounds pretty good to me. Mbermo to De Bruyne and Trent to Porro, Trippier, other. I don't know if I'd sell Trent, honestly. But Porro, if you're going there, Trippier could be all right, but I think he's still a little bit of a worry. Any good punishment ideas for mini league losers? What about a punishment where they're not allowed to play FPL next year? That's a bit harsh, isn't it? That's a bit harsh. Maybe that's not. To be honest, you could say that's not a punishment. If you're using your bench boost and you have both Saka and Bruno who are flagged, would you take a hit to get rid of one? Probably not. I think Bruno's probably gonna. I think Bruno's more likely to start than not. He's not a guarantee, but I think he plays at least one. And I don't believe that Saka's a doubt. I mean, he was pictured apparently with heavy strapping, or at least that's what Arteta said. But I don't see it. Like Saka, 2 games to go, title on the line. Man United away, Saka ain't missing that. I mean, I could be wrong, right? Saka has missed a game through injury, so it's not like Arteta's constantly lying, but I don't see it. Own Van Heck and Gusto, -4 would mean Hall, Livramento and Veltman has no money. Could use Salah on a -8 and upgrade the defence to Porro and Trippier and Madueke. What do you think? I really don't like those cheap. Like, I'm sure one of the cheap defenders, like Chalobah, Veltman, Livramento, Hall, will do really well, but I think it's hard to know which one. I think I'd rather sell Salah and get the money, to be honest, in your case. I've never really had forfeits for mini league, so I don't really know. I'm sure there's some good ones around. I mean, will we get leaks? Maybe. I mean, that's all I can say, right? I don't have the leaks, so I don't know if we're going to get them. But I mean, Man City are playing the first game. We almost always get Man City leaks. So if you put 2 and 2 together, probably yes. It's possible for the external boxes to heat up and cause problems. We had the same issue in my area. Damn, that's probably what it is. We finally get some sun in Ireland, and the internet goes bad. We'll take it though, as long as it doesn't go down again. Although I've just said that now, it's going to go down straight away. Dubravka to Edison for a 4-point hit, and or Saka to Son. Ooh, Saka's about one of. Son's about one of the only players I'd maybe take a hit for Saka for. I think I would. Again, this is one of those where I'm not completely sure Saka to Son for a hit is worth it, but I would do it if that was my only way to get Son. And I would probably do Dubravka to Edison as well. Morning from Dubai. Hi. Got Maguire, Dubravka, 2 free transfers and no cash in the bank. Are there replacements for their pack? Or should I -4 Bruno? I'd probably -4 Bruno. There's not really great options. And again, I feel like I'm going to have to caveat this the whole stream. I don't think Bruno Fernandes necessarily has to be sold for -4, but in some cases it might make sense. Have to get one of Foden, De Bruyne, sell Bruno or Saka. Ooh, I'd probably sell. If Fernandes misses one, you definitely keep Saka, but Fernandes might start twice. I don't think you can sell Fernandes over Saka. Saka, that's a tough one. Can you just not sell either? I think depending on how many other moves you need to make, I think you do Saka out and then you sell Bruno to an Arsenal midfielder next week. I think that's a real tough one. Saka to Gordon and Muniz to Jackson for a -8. Oh my god, some of these hits are horrible. Again, I'd probably do it. I couldn't. Muniz on a double game week seems a bit rubbish. Gusto or Cucurella. Gusto to Romero or Salah to De Bruyne, or do both for a -4. Gusto to Romero. I'd be tempted to keep Salah instead of -4ing him out. Would you do Garnacho to Gordon for a -4? Nope. I would definitely keep Garnacho. Maguire and Fernandes to Johnson and Dunk, or Van der Ven and keep Fernandes. I think Van der Ven over Dunk is fine. So you could just do Maguire out to Van der Ven and roll into next week. Who do you prefer, Branthwaite or Tarkowski? Really close. Tarkowski maybe slightly better goal threat, even though Branthwaite's got the returns recently. I mean, Tarkowski's also a bigger differential as well. So maybe just take that. They're going to get the same clean sheets anyway. Gabriel, or hopefully, Gabriel to Burn, have one free transfer and bench boost, and Gabriel my only non-double, and I also have Bruno. Yeah, I think Burn's good. Bought Richarlison last night. Should I sell for a hit? Yes, probably. When will you next go on the Fantasy 606 podcast? I'm not sure. I did get asked to go on it a little while ago, but I couldn't do it for some reason. So yeah, there's no major reason why I haven't been on. Yeah. I think they record quite early, and that's usually when I'm doing my own videos, but we'll see. Maybe next season, if they want me. They might not. They'll definitely want me if they beat me. Where are we in the league now? I'm only 26 behind their joint team. Still ahead of Dave's. Dave on 89 points last week. Ouch. Maguire to Porro for a -4 and bench Zabani, or play Zabani and do Solanke to Jackson for -4 and bench Saka. I think you deal with Maguire first, probably. Doughty, Morris, Kelleher to Vardy or Jackson Vicario -4. I mean, absolutely all day, every day you do that. Is it also worth me selling Saka for Foden, De Bruyne, or Gusto to Burn for another minus? Gusto to Burn, maybe. Saka for a -4 to Foden. Again, I think I think Son, Palmer, Gordon are probably three of the midfielders I'd be slightly tempted to sell Saka for a hit for, but it also feels horrible because Man United away is such a good fixture. I don't know on the Saka one, but Gusto to Burn, I'd be tempted. The other hit, definitely. Like that -4, that's an easy one, I think. Thoughts on Johnson as a replacement for Richarlison? I mean, Johnson should be pretty nailed if Richarlison's out, right? Son or Johnson to play left and central, and then Kulusevski on the right, presumably, because Werner's also out. Is it worth taking a hit to replace Gusto, Fernandes, or Areola? Keeping in mind I have Parmesan, Gordon, Foden, Jackson. He's at Haaland and double Arsenal defence, so I have all the big hitters. Maybe Areola, yeah. The other two, maybe not. Bruno Maguire to Madueke, Porro, or Johnson, Kukurea. That's so close. I'm gonna say Madueke and Porro, I think. Don't really know though. That's super tight. Pope or Dubravka. Is neither an option? Because it should probably be the option. I'll say Pope because I think he'll come back in. He could start twice, but honestly, I don't know. Ruben Tavadio for -4. I mean, I think you've been a little bit unlucky with Ruben Dias. I don't know if the predictors are kind of thinking it'll start. I'm just double checking. I don't think there's any injury news, right? He's fully fit. Thing is, if Diaz starts one of the games, it's probably not worth it. But for peace of mind, I'd probably just do it. On -8 with Luton and Forest on bench, so I take more for the bench boost. If you can get good doublers in, I probably would. But Luton have got, let me just double check here. Luton have got West Ham away, which is not a bad fixture. Forest at home. If you can get good doublers in, I'd be tempted. Evans or Veltman. Oh, Evans. Oh, my days. We're not this Veltman. Doughty or Reguilon to Burn or Brighton for a hit. Probably Doughty to Burn. Fernandes to Gross, Saka for a -4. Probably not. Gross if you're going to do it for the double. Have two, and also João Pedro should be on penalties as well. So I think Areola's starting both games. Wait, Areola doesn't have. What do you mean 37 to 38? Presumably, if he's fit, he will. So I think Evans will start both games. I mean, he's the only fit Man United centre back right now. So if he stays fit, he'll have to. But would I risk that? That feels horrible, honestly. Richarlison, I can. Yeah, Richarlison is. Yeah, apparently he's injured, so I would not be buying him. Do you know why when watching your stream it always goes out of focus to the point of not being able to read anything? Switch to other streams, no problems, but want to watch yours. Nope. We probably need to maybe adjust the resolution in YouTube, possibly. Bruno gets past fit and plays centre back. I mean, he has played centre back before. In the FA Cup, I think it was. Yeah, I wouldn't risk Johnny Evans. I would have no interest in that. Like, yeah, someone just said in the chat, apparently he wasn't even fully fit for the Palace game. Like, they just had to risk him. He'll get injured, probably. have 2 free transfers, nothing in the bank. Maguire, Edison to Vardy for Bruggen, or Maguire, Bruno to Dunk Johnson, Madison. I'd be tempted to do the latter because Edison's fine, right? Maguire's out. Sorry, Edison's fine, and Fernandes is probably is at least a little bit of a doubt, so I'd probably do the second one. Thoughts on Gordon as captain? Look, I get that people want to go against Haaland, but I'd probably at least go for a penalty taker personally. So Isak, Son, or Palmer. And Gordon, like, I don't know what to. I never know what to say to questions like that. Like, do I think he's a great captain? Not really. But do I think he's going to get points this week? Yes. So it could be worth the risk if you're willing to take that kind of risk. I think Haaland, Palmer, Son, Foden, De Bruyne, Isak are probably all better. So maybe Gordon makes the top 10. Bench boost 37, 2 free transfers, problems. Maguire and 0 in the bank. Pick one. Okay. Petrovic. I don't like that already. I'm going to skip that one. Bruno Maguire to Johnson White. Yes, like that. Bruno Maguire to Havertz Romero. Don't like that quite as much. Edison, Bruno, Maguire to Raya, Havertz, Vardy or -4. Quite like the last one. I think I would do the Johnson and White one. Solanke to Jackson for a hit. I'd probably do that. João Pedro to Jackson and Gusto to Veltman for a -4. I'd probably do that. I can't guarantee you 2 starts from Veltman, though. I am not on bench boost. What should I do with Bruno? Bench him. If you've got 11 other good players. Matthew, member for 21 months. Thank you very much. Maguire, share to Botman Dallo for bench boost 37. I probably wouldn't buy a Man United defender unless you absolutely have to. Or is there any other defensive punts I can go for except Vardy and Porro? Romero. Dan Burn. Well, Botman's injured. Botman's out for the season. It's got to be Burn. So I've just realised that. Yeah, Burn and Romero maybe. Maguire to Dunk or Maguire to Vardy and Edison to Verbrugge -4. Maguire to Dunk probably. Anana out as have Dallo or Roll for 38. Troll. Like, yeah, sure. Maybe you're not buying Anana right now, but I don't think you're selling him. Is Vardy more important than De Bruyne? I would say no. Don't think so. But I do think, because there's so many good midfielders, that Vardy and a midfielder from a different team is probably better than a different defender plus De Bruyne, if that makes sense. 2 free transfers have Cher, Maguire, Bruno to deal with. You're in a pretty good spot then, just a -4. Nice. Or even not a -4 and keep Bruno. Thanks for all the great content this year. Thanks for watching. Gusto and Solanke to Vardy and Jackson sound good for -4. I mean, that sounds pretty easy to me, yeah. Best wishes from sunny Belfast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take that hit. Enjoy the rest of your day. Leon Adile, thank you very much. What's the flag on Saka for? Because Arteta put a few doubts on him, but I think he's fine. Reece James is back. Reece James might be in the squad this week, yeah. I can't probably get to him, though, because I've got triple Chelsea. Wouldn't be getting him this week anyway. Oh, Reece James just tweeted, see you at 5:30. Oh, no, he's not going to start. He ain't going to start. No way they're going to risk him. Sure, they shouldn't risk him. Stupid if they do. I'm telling you now, though, if for some reason you've got a free Chelsea spot in Game Week 38 and we find out he's starting, that is my favourite defensive punt in Game Week 38. Maybe not ahead of Trent, but top 2 or top 3. Because Vardy's pretty. No. And Porro's got Sheffield United, right? Anyway, top 2. Reguilon to Burn, Trippier for a hit. The thing is, Newcastle defenders aren't that great for you in Game Week 38, so I don't know if I would do that. If you do, I'll go Burn. Madueke or Johnson? Ooh, I think just because of Sheffield United final day, I'd say Johnson. If not Trippier, who would you recommend? Porro, Vardy, Walker, Romero, Dan Burn? Take your pick. Who do you have a free slot for, right? Because a lot of people have tripled up at the moment. Madueke or Johnson? Yeah, Burnley, Sheffield United. I'm going to take Johnson. Madueke's been very good recently, though. And it's worth saying, right, although Johnson now becomes kind of pretty much nailed, I would say, without Richarlison. Spurs have also not been looking great without Richarlison. So maybe Madueke's actually maybe the more sure thing. Why no Brighton defence? What am I missing? Like, who would I sell for a Brighton defender, right? I mean, I could do Saliba to Dunk. Is that really what... I've got a free Spurs slot, so I'd rather just get Romero as well. Just no need for a Brighton defender, really. It's not that they're terrible, just no need. I've already got Dallo. Like, if I was wildcarding this week, I'd probably go Dunk over Dallo, but I'm not going to use a transfer on it. Do you still fancy Pickford like you did at the start of FPL? I mean, for Sheffield United at home, sure, but I'd rather have a doubler. I wish I kept Pickford for longer. Kelleher, Saka, and Zabani. Kelleher, Saka, and Zabani for Anana, Burn, Brennan Johnson for a -12. I'm number 1 in min league, and number 2 has Anana, Burn, and Bruno. Use my transfer on Gordon and Gabriel already. I mean, sure. I don't know if Anana's the best goalkeeper to buy though, but if you want a doubler that's certain to start twice, then pretty good. Do you think I bite the bullet and sell Watkins for Jackson to enable Maguire to a 5 million plus defender? Probably, yeah. Yeah. I love that people are selling Watkins for Jackson, by the way, because a couple of weeks ago, that would have been seen as this, like, horrible transfer. Saka to who, though? I agree with you, he's got to play. Palmer, Song, Gordon, Havertz, Gross, Johnson, Madueke. Again, who have you got a free slot for, I suppose? Other than Porro, what Spurs defender would you bring in? Romero would be next on the list, then Van der Ven. I'd probably just ignore Emerson Royale completely. Does Verbruggen start? He mostly starts, yeah. Every now and then, Steele comes in. You benched Jackson last week. Ouch. Did you have Bruno Fernandes, though? Sell Havertz for Richarlison Madison for a -4. Well, no. Definitely not. Actually, I don't even need to think about that. I mean, Richarlison's probably injured. Oh, my days. There's not many gaps. Have Petrus... Isaac, Hoyland. Oh, Hoyland. Hoyland to Haaland, share to Burn. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Like, you get rid of Hoyland, you get Haaland. Then we'll have 10.2 million left. What the hell? For Edison to who? Keep Edison. Bruno to who? De Bruyne? Oh, no, you wouldn't have a slot. So, I'm not sure who you don't already have. Just keep Bruno, I guess. Gross, maybe? Yeah, Hoyland to Haaland. Sounds good. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Share Maguire to Romero Burn for free, or share Maguire Edison to Romero, Vardio, and Nan. No, I just keep Edison. Well, if you want to have some fun and get Vardio, go for it. I really don't like. I'm not even that keen on selling Edison for free to get Vardio for a hit. I just don't think it makes much sense to me. Top of my mini league by a few points, nice, and bench boost this week, nice. Have to -4 for 2 players on bench boost. Should I -8 to get Jackson in or save the 4 points? Well, it depends who you're selling. But I'd be quite tempted to get him, yeah. I think he's great this week. There's finally sun in Ireland. This has to be a good sign for Game Week 37, hopefully. Saka to Havertz. I mean, yeah, if you really don't want to buy a double Game Week, I don't mind Havertz. But like, why are we selling Saka? I know he's flagged, but I think he'll be fine. Amrabat is rumoured to be at centre-back. Oh, my days. Well, Arsenal are going to absolutely smash us. It can't be any worse than Casemiro Evans, to be honest with you. Share Gusto Darwin out for Burn, Romero, Jackson, or share to Romero and Darwin to Wilson. Thoughts on a Trippier punt? Trippier will probably get 1 start. It's not the worst punt. I think I prefer the share Gusto one, to be honest. It depends, right? Wilson's a much bigger punt than Jackson, so it depends how much you want to push it, I guess. Have bought Kraft? Is he much worse than Dan Burn? Well, he's not as nailed, but he could get 2 starts. I mean, there is an argument to be made that Kraft is the next best defender to buy from Newcastle after Dan Burn. Menez to Welbeck, keep Gusto and Madison. Or -4, Menez to Jackson and Gusto to Livramento. Minutes risk, yes, a minutes risk. Keep Madison. Or -8, Menez to Jackson, Gusto to Van der Ven and Madison to Gordon. Probably the -8, I think. It's a few too many risks in the other ones. Brandy to Van der Ven or Veltman, Van der Ven. I want to play Salah as a differential. Jackson or Gordon out. I mean, Gordon maybe. I would just not have Salah, personally. Man United don't play... Yeah, they don't... Wait. No, it's not Monday. They play Sunday. And also, that's Arsenal, not Newcastle. Bruno to Johnson and Maguire to Dunk, or just Maguire to Van der Ven. If it's 2 free transfers, I don't mind the double move, but just Maguire to Van der Ven if it's for a hit. Chicken keeper, thank you. If there's Man City leaks, you'll know about them. It's still an hour and 24 minutes to go. 2 free transfers. I did a -4 because I did Vicario in, Burn in, Pedro Porro in for Neto, Bassi, and Kilman. I mean, that sounds great to me. Some people have got really like easy hits to take. Some have got really tricky ones. It's always nice when it's super easy. Do you think we might get Callum Wilson news? Possibly. I don't think there's anything really to get news about. I guess you might be waiting for a start. Solanke Jackson for hit, I'd probably do that. Is it worth bench boosting with Dubravka if he starts the Brighton game instead of taking a -4 for Ray? Yes. Yes. I think so. How are others getting 2 free transfers? Well, you can just roll the transfer, right? If you don't make a transfer, you get 2 the next week. And like a lot of us wildcarded in Game Week 35 and didn't make a move last week. Already taken like a -16 for the double. -8. Walker to Burt. Why did you sell Walker? Okay. Fair enough. Dubravka to Edison. Already got the triple up on all teams. Nice. Nice. Hopefully it pays off. I'm sure it will. Defender under 4. Richards or Mengi? Richards, I think. Livramento Hall if budget issue. Livramento if you have to go for one. Romero, Dunk, Romero. On a free hit, Porro and Trippier or Romero and Burn. If you're on a free hit, I'm maybe taking the punt on Trippier. Porro and Trippier. Make sure you got a good first defender. Darwin and Foden to Isak and Havertz for a -4. I wouldn't be selling Foden as part of a -4. Like, yeah, no, don't think so. Wilson and Romero -4 or Burn Jackson Burn Romero and Jackson -8. Well, I don't know who you're selling, I guess, but I think I'd take the -8. Verbruggen or a single game week goalkeeper. If single game week, I would go Verbruggen. Yeah, I'd go Verbruggen. I think I already answered that before. Does Reece James confirm he will start? Look, I'd be very, 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 very surprised if Reece James starts. He's not even been in the squad yet. So although people do seem, yeah, I think he'll be in the squad, basically. I mean, it's like Reece James is not starting twice. That'd be like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like starting Reece James twice in quick succession after being out for so long would be mega risky. Best defender who isn't Arsenal or a double game week player, probably Everton. Pick a risky differential. Kieran Trippier, Rico Lewis, or Bradley the Trippier. Got 140 quid riding on my mini league. Been top all season with 3 games to go. Now I'm second. 10 points in it. Captain. 10 points is not very much, honestly. I know it's only 2 weeks, but I don't know if you don't need to go mega differential captain for just 10 points. Especially if you've got like a bench boost and they don't, or something like that. You could maybe go Palmer or Son or Isak if you wanted to. Gusto, Morris, Zabani for Porro, Jackson, Burr, -8. I would do that for sure. Rolled as you suggested last deadline. Still have the same dilemma. Have Anana, Petrovic, Burn. Okay. Van Hector, White, Romero, Trent, Dunk. Ooh, Romero probably. Romero, I think. Salah, Rico, Lewis, Muniz out. De Bruyne, Burn, Jackson in, or Foden, Trippier, De Bruyne, Burn, Jackson, I think. Oh my days, it's so busy today. So busy today. What do you think of Isak as a risk captain? Yeah. I think if I was going against Haaland, it'd be Isak, Palmer, or Son. Flip a coin for which one's best. I mean, probably should be Palmer, but I don't know. Isak home and then Man United away. Such a good double. Anana or Verbruggen. I mean, it probably should be Verbruggen, but I probably wouldn't take the risk on the steal potential start. So I'd go Anana, even though it's horrible. No updates on Richarlison, but like enough noise where I think we should probably assume he's out. I'm definitely not going to buy him. Alex, Gusto, 7 months, thank you very much. Gusto and Hoyland for Romero and Jackson -4. Yes, sounds good. Is Maddison that bad? Is Johnson way more better? Maddison just hasn't started the last couple of games, and Johnson, if Richarlison out, is surely fairly nailed. Any chance of a João Pedro update? I don't think so because the injury only happened yesterday. So probably not. Garnacho to Johnson or Burn to Trippier or Roll? Probably Roll. Fulham will park the bus against City and then City will smash Spurs. Is there more chance of Isak returning his double? I mean, lots of teams park the bus against Man City. Doesn't necessarily work. Haaland is the better captain than Isak, I think. That's what I would say pre-deadline. Doesn't mean Isak's bad, though. Ellis, thanks very much. By the way, my Everton fan colleague at work reckons Bradley the GOAT stands for... goes on after Trent. Nice. Definitely doesn't go on before him. What do you think about Zabani? Lots of people still got him. Bournemouth got Brentford home. Like, he's not terrible as a single game week, but I'd rather have a doubler. Ain't Nuri to Branthwaite for a hit. Unless I've missed something, I don't know why you would do that. Worth bringing Verbruggen in for -8 on bench boost. Depends who you're taking out. Like, if it's Pickford or something like that, definitely not. Nick gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much. Maybe Reece James is starting. Maybe he is. Good luck to anyone that goes for it. He's one of my favourite players in FPL, even though you only get him for about a week or two. I'm on bench boost with the same team as you, except I've got Romero, not Dallo. Nice. Burn and Saliba to Trippier and Veltman for free. No, don't think so. I mean, Trippier may start, but I think it's too risky for me. Fernandes and Davies to Johnson and Dunk for -4, or Davies to Van der Ven for free. Probably just the free move. Already on a -8, but I have Dubravka. Should I take a -12 to switch him to Vicario? No, I can't get Petrovic. I'd probably do a -4 to Vicario. Man, who's going for Reece James? There must be some people considering it. Behind first by 25 points. We both have similar teams. First will definitely captain Haaland. Should I captain Isak? Yeah, I would. I'd probably captain Isak. 25 points over 2 weeks. You're probably going to have to go a little bit different. You just need to accept that it could go wrong. And by this time next week, you could be even further behind. Saka or Garnacho to Gordon. I mean, Saka if you have to sell one. Thoughts on Bowen to Hall this week? He's got a good fixture, right? He's got Luton at home. It could happen, yeah. But I don't think anyone should be bringing him in. That's for sure. Haaland captain, yes. Thoughts on Dubravka? A risk. 3 Chelsea, Spurs, United, City, Newcastle. Who in for Maguire? 4.6. Probably an Everton defender, Branthwaite or Tarkovsky. Should I do Gabriel to Porro or Livramento -8? I'd probably just keep Gabriel. Real risk that Arsenal players punish people targeting doublers. Yeah. But there's also a real risk that double game weekers do really well, I guess. I mean, I didn't have Arsenal attackers last week either, and it didn't go that bad. But they are playing Man United this week, so you could argue that's a better fixture right now. Is Trent Darwin Solanke to Haaland Gusto? Is Trent Darwin Solanke to Haaland, Jackson, Gusto, or Livramento for -8 worth it? I mean, I would want to get Haaland in, so I'd probably do it. Yeah, Livramento is risky. If you've got a bit more money, you could switch to someone else. But if you have to go for him, do it. Van Heck, Cher, Garnacho, and Saka. Oof, to Romero, Van der Ven, Bruno Fernandes, and Gordon Worth. I don't think I'll be buying Bruno Fernandes for a hit, to be honest. You'd look elsewhere instead. I don't think you need to sell Saka. You could, or Garnacho, to be honest. I would just deal with Cher and Van Heck for free, or for a -4. Zabani, Doughty, Bruno to Brennan, Burn, Vardio, Ariola on bench boost. Yeah, nice. Looks good to me. Dubravka to Vicario, Dubravka and Gusto to Petrovic and Burn. Ooh, I'd probably do the -4. Thanks for the awesome content. Thank you very much for watching. Need a share replacement. Trent, Dunk, White or Mitchell. I'd go Trent if you can afford. If Trent doesn't stop any other moves for Game Week 38, I would do that. If it's going to be a... Oh, no, do you know what? I'd probably get Dunk, actually, for the double. But otherwise, Trent. Gusto and João Pedro out. Burn and Jackson in -8. Or Cucurella, Romero and Wilson -8. Or just Wilson -4. Burn and Jackson, I think. Burn or Romero, Burn. Even if you're tied in points. What is the situation with Maddison? Just not played the last 2 games. Dubravka, Maddison to Vicario, Gordon for -4. I would do that, yes. I mean, Maddison might start twice, but I think I would do that. Give yourself a bit more security. Deal with Dubravka as well. Yeah, lots of people keep saying that Reece James has tweeted, but I'm not really sure what does it change, really. No one's buying Gusto anyway. No one's buying Reece James. We probably shouldn't be buying Reece James. Is Gusto a must-sell since Reece James probably comes off the bench before him? But Gusto could start, right? Like, I don't think Reece James changes a huge amount with Gusto. Maybe it does a little bit because you got more competition, but Gusto could still start once, I guess. I mean, if you want to sell Gusto for a hit, you should probably just do it. Sometimes it's nice just to have someone that you know is going to start twice. Anana and Emerson Royale, Vicario and Evans. Oh my god. Really? Is this where we are? Emerson Royale, Johnny Evans. How has it come to this? How has it come to this? I mean, basically, the decision for me is who's more likely to start twice, Emerson Royale or Evans. I'll say Anana and Emerson Royale, I guess. Have Maguire out, but skeptical about double Spurs defense. Is there a single game week defender who's a better choice? Well, I'd rather have the double Spurs, but you could go Everton if you wanted to instead. I was just saying that, like, I probably wouldn't buy Johnny Evans. Would be my main takeaway from this stream. Saka to Gordon for a hit. Again, I think that's quite a tight one. Like, Gordon is one of those solid picks for the double where maybe you could justify that, but I think you just keep Saka rather than selling him for a hit. Unless it's to get someone like Haaland, maybe. Sell Bruno or White to fund 14 to 15 doublers on bench boost 37. -4, Bruno, Van Heck, Maguire for Johnson, Dunk, Dallo. Like that. Dallo's a bit dodgy, but... or White, Maguire, Van Heck for Dunk, Wan-Bissaka, Van der Ven. I would do the Johnson, Dunk, Dallo one, I think. Yes. If not Saka to Foden, bring in Walker or Romero. Ooh, Walker, I think. Why don't I do Edison to Vicario and Dallo to Vardo? I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to sell Edison. I don't want to use 2 free transfers to essentially still cover the Man City defence. Just got no interest in doing it, really. I don't think it's a terrible move. Like, I know how good Vardy has been, but I'm just going to back against it. Is João Pedro worth selling for a hit on bench boost? Is Wilson worth -4 if it means getting Webster instead of Burn 2? I definitely prefer Burn. João Pedro, I think I would probably sell. The only annoying thing is he's only a doubt for the first game. Right? He might even be back after that, but I don't know if I would take the risk. My worry with it is the injury only happened yesterday, so have they had enough chance to find out exactly how bad it is? I'd probably sell him, I think. Gusto to Porro for -4. That is a move I'd definitely do. Yeah, I think Porro is one of the better defenders this week. Team. Doodaloo. Okay, -8 for Højlund, De Bruyne, Fernandes to Haaland, Gordon, Gross. Oh, I mean, I mean, selling De Bruyne as part of a -8 does not sound ideal to me, but to get Haaland, Gordon, and Gross instead of Højlund, De Bruyne, Fernandes, that could pay off, especially with captaincy. Would you remove João Pedro for... I mean, look, when you say João Pedro for a -12, it sounds really bad, but really, the question is, would you sell João Pedro for another 4-point hit? And I probably would, depending on who you can get to. Like, there's not a huge amount of interesting single game week forwards, really, so... it really depends who you can get. Gordon and Verbruggen or Garnacho and Vicario. Garnacho and Vicario, I think. Keep Saka, yeah. Why not do Edison? Yeah, I've just spoken about that one. Can't afford Richarlison to Son. No double game week slots. Richarlison to Johnson. Who scores more, Branthwaite or Cucurella? 37 only. I'd go for the doubler, to be honest with you. I think Branthwaite's very good, but I'd go Cucurella. We've still got an hour and 9 minutes left. Loads of time. I think I'm selling Bruno Fernandes, by the way. I'm going to regret it, aren't I? He's going to punish me again. I kind of want to just back against him. It does mean, by the way, Fernandes being a doubt, that Nicholas Jackson has been promoted to my first 11 now. So he's not on the bench anymore. Would I do Madison to Garnacho? Probably not. Yeah, I think for Brennan Johnson, for Sheffield United away last game, and then the money to get Salah as well. I think I'm just going to go for it. I have a biology exam tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. Should I switch Shabani to Van der Ven? I'd probably do that and then go and study for your exam. Yeah, lots of people bought Richarlison yesterday. Absolutely sucks. I guess that's always the potential risk with going early, but like it's a bit unlucky because Ange had already done his press conference and said there was no more injury news or anything like that. Kelleher to Verbruggen or Pedro to Welbeck for -8. I'd probably sell Kelleher first, definitely. Gusto to Porro for a -8, so it's basically -4. I'd probably do that. I think so. General thought here on hits, right? People focus too much on how many hits they're taking in general rather than focusing on whether the specific hit they're doing is worth it. Right? So, again, when you say Gusto to Porro for a -8, it sounds quite bad, but actually you're just weighing up whether one hit is worth getting rid of Gusto to Porro, and I would say for a -4 it probably is. So you should ignore the fact you've already taken a hit. That shouldn't really be part of the equation. The hit is either worth it or it's not. I think people focus too much on the total number. Obviously, you want to keep them to a minimum where you can, but lots of people have been screwed over with injuries. Aurier, member for 20 months. Thank you very much. Played Gusto or the second Arsenal defender. I think I'd... Oh, that's tricky. I just don't see Gusto getting 2 starts. So I'm going to say the Arsenal defender. Or sell for another hit, getting me to -8. It depends. If you haven't got like one of the better defenders this week, like a Burn or a Vardio or a Porro, you can get Gusto to them for a -4. I'd do that. Gusto or Gabriel to Porro for a hit, or just leave it. Gusto. Like Gusto might only start like once of the last 3. I have the exact same midfield as you, but no bench boost. Should I bench Bruno? Yes. I mean, I always try and... My bench boost is always realistic. So whoever you see on... Well, Ederson and Petrovic, I'm not quite sure about. But generally, I try and make my bench as realistic as possible. So if I wasn't playing the bench boost, that is the bench for me this week. Maguire 2, I have White, Gabriel, Burn, Porro, Triple City and Chelsea. Who do you have a slot free for then? Spurs, Romero. Well, Romero, if you've got the money, otherwise Van der Ven. Sell Garnacho to Johnson for free. Probably not, no. Gusto easily, in my opinion. If you think Gusto starts 1 and gets 1 sub, he's clear of Arsenal. Like, the thing is 1 start guaranteed? I would start Gusto over Arsenal. What did I say? Yeah, probably. But I'd also sell Gusto for a hit and then bench the Arsenal player. I do think 1 start is probably likely. The thing is, right, what if Gusto doesn't start this game, right? What if he doesn't start Forest and then Reece James comes off the bench and then he feels fit enough to start the second game? Could we see a situation where Gusto starts neither? I think it's a possibility. I don't know if it's that likely. I think it's still more likely he gets 1 start. But so maybe the Reece James news does affect Gusto a bit more than I'd thought. Who to get for Maguire? I've got 0 in the bank and 2 free transfers. Either straight swap to Richards or sell White as well and get Van der Ven and Dalot. I'd just go to Richards, I think. I wouldn't mess with Ben White in your situation. Does City keep a clean sheet in their double? They got a chance, yeah? Maybe against Fulham. I know like we all get super frustrated with Man City defence, but they're like second best defence in the league, right? In terms of reducing chances against. So there is a chance, yeah. I mean, I hope they don't because I've only got Ederson. Well, actually, no, I do because I've got Ederson. I hope they get clean sheets. I just hope that Vardo doesn't get attack and returns. Going bold with the bench boost this week. Done Muniz, Anana and Garnacho out for Wilson, Pickford and Foden in -8. Nice. Good luck. Good luck. Top 10k, decent. Bruno to Son or Johnson chasing overall rank, overall jump from 500. I would go to Son. I get it, right? You want to go for the differential, but Son is the better option, in my opinion. What if, after all this, Richarlison's not injured? That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? I'm surprised there hasn't been anything official from Spurs, to be honest. Do we take hits for Dubravka and Gusto? I probably would. Like, again, if you think they both start one, you can make a case to not take the hit, but I'd be tempted. Athletic reporting Richarlison out for the season. Yeah, but they're just going off the Brazilian manager, right? I think he's out. Yeah, I do think he's out. For what it's worth, I just don't think they would lie about it. Like, Richarlison would want to play for Brazil, and the manager, from the translations going around, the Brazil manager said, I keep saying Brazil manager because I'm not sure what his actual name is. He said like Richarlison would have been in the squad if it wasn't for an injury that had happened that morning, or that was reported that morning. Second in my league, third is 3 behind. Do I take a -4 to bring in Pickford and Vardy for Maguire and Edison, or just use my 1-3 on Maguire to Branthwaite? I would just use a 3 for Branthwaite. White or Gabriel to either Dunk or Dallo. I wouldn't sell an Arsenal defender for a Man United one because Arsenal are useful for you next week as well. Maybe Gabriel to Dunk, but I'd probably just leave it. Save your transfer for next week. So I think Arsenal get a clean sheet against Man United. If Fernandes and Rashford play, no, I'm going to say no. But they can still score, and they could, obviously, I could be wrong, they could keep a clean sheet. Would I take Gabriel out for Dunk for free? Possibly. I think the one thing to keep in mind is that Arsenal, especially if the league is still on, are very useful to you in Game Week 38. Uh, 25 points behind the league leader. Money shuffle. I'm not sure what that means. Bench boost active. Okay. Bruno, Muniz, Bradley, Udogi, Porro to De Bruyne, Wilson, Cucurella, Gabriel, Romero. I don't think you need to sell Porro, would be my key thing there. So hope if Porro's to fund the rest, maybe, but ideally you wouldn't take a -16 that involves selling Porro, to be honest. What happens to my 2 free transfers if I don't use them this week? You have 2 free transfers next week, so you basically lose one. Dubravka, Muniz, Dallo, Gusto, 1 free transfer. Should I save the bench boost? Well, here's the thing. Is that bench going to look any better next week? Instead of Dallo having 2 home games, he's going to have 1 away game against, is it Brentford? No, Brighton. Gusto may not get any starts, may not start in 38. Dubravka could have lost his place. And Muniz will have a slightly better fixture because Fulham have got Man City, of course, and then next week they've got Luton away. So I would say no. I would sort some players and bench boost this week. Chasing second by 28 points. Second will captain Haaland. Should I captain Haaland as well and hope my other 14 players outscore his? My players are better. 28 is quite a lot, to be honest with you. If you've got a lot of better players, you can maybe just captain Haaland and decide to do something mega different next week. But 28's close to needing to go different, I would say. -4, Sharon Bruno to Duncan Gordon, or free transfer share to Burn. Yeah, share to Burn looks good to me. Transfer at €8 Gusto for Porro. Again, like if you think Gusto starts once, it's probably €8. If you think there's a chance he doesn't start at all, then sell Gusto. I'd probably keep Gusto, I think. I mean, by game week 38, when Chelsea have Bournemouth at home, Reece James could be injured again. And Gusto could be fit, so... Yeah, very bad luck if you bought Richarlison. What to do with João Pedro on a bench boost with 0 in the bank? Honestly, if you've got no funds, I'd be tempted just to keep him and hope he plays the second game. But there are serious doubts there. But there's just not many players around his price. You'd have to go to like Chris Wood or Adebayo or someone like that. Hoyland to Jackson for a -4. I think I would do it, honestly. The way the two are playing at the moment. Saka or Havertz to Gordon or Foden. I would sell Havertz. I think, well, it's the same as I've been saying for weeks. I think Saka is better than Havertz, but Havertz is more of a differential. And obviously Havertz is cheaper as well, so that money might come in handy. So you need to think about that. But in terms of who's the better option, I think it's Saka. But that's mostly because I'm not really concerned about the flag. If you take Arteta at his word, then Saka is a bit of a doubt, but I just don't see it. He said, full on Chelsea, City, Arsenal, 0.2 in the bank and Maguire to deal with. By Evans, Van der Ven and Roll. Van der Ven. By Dunk and do Bruno to Brennan Johnson. No hit. The thing is, I don't think Dunk is that much better than Van der Ven, to be honest with you. So I probably just wouldn't use the both transfers. By Trippier, do Bruno to Brennan and Burn to Evans from -4. Don't like the sound of that. I'd probably do the Van der Ven and Roll, I think. João Pedro to Wilson -4. Gusto and JP to Jackson and Burn -8. I'd probably take the -8. I know I'm throwing around hits like like whatever, but I'm going to do the -8. Romero and Havertz or White and Johnson. Ooh. Honestly, if Richarlison's definitely out, I like the Johnson move. So I go that one. First in money league by 5 points. 1 transfer, no bench. He's playing 3-4-3. Priority. No Jackson. Well, Udogi's probably one of your bigger priorities, right? I mean, it depends who you're... if you're playing all those players, then Udogi's the only one that's injured. Well, Gusto maybe as well, but Udogi's definitely out, right? Do we know what Brighton back four will be, please? Not really. I mean, my guess would be that Veltman... like, Dunk will definitely play. Veltman will almost certainly play, and Igor might play left back. So presumably then it'd be Webster centre back. But it could be they've got this Barco guy who's played a little bit, but hasn't played the last couple. I don't think. Sorry, didn't play the last game. Sorry. Yeah, Lamptey's back soon as well, but presumably like Veltman and Dunk will definitely play, and probably Igor. And I assume because of the injuries, Webster as well. Like looking at the Lamptey's yellow flagged, but I don't think he's going to play this week. Now that's what it could be for this game. The game after, don't know. Did I see the Northern Lights? I didn't. Right? I'm a bit annoyed now because I woke up, saw some really great pictures. I did get a good night's sleep though. Is that worth it? Probably not. Taking a -4. Robinson to which double game week player? Vardiol. My team is Dubravka, Vicario, Gabriel, Walker, Cucurella, Romero, Dallo, Gordon, Saka, Son, Foden, Palmer, Jackson, Isak, Haaland. 2 single game week players. What do you think? That's good. There's nothing wrong with Saka whatsoever. Apart from the flag. Rohan, thank you. Out, Gusto, Bradley, Nunez. This is going to be a good hit, I can tell already. Gusto, Bradley, Nunez in Vardiol, Jackson, Romero. Yes, looks great. They're probably the best options from those teams in those positions, unless you can get Porro, but you've probably already got Porro, I would say. It will happen again tonight. Okay. It's going to sound like a... yeah, like, but people saw it last night, right? So it's going to happen again tonight. Okay. Maybe I'll be out late enough to see. So Bruno is fine and is more likely to start both. Well, he's training, apparently. Don't know how much training he's done. Otherwise, Maguire to Dunk and Bruno to Brennan with no hit sounds better, no? I don't mind that move, yeah? Yeah? I really don't hate it. I might sell Bruno Fernandes, so I'm not saying you have to keep him. What the hell is that Ireland Eurovision song? I've not seen it, to be honest. My next door neighbours told me yesterday that I need to watch it. I will not be watching Eurovision tonight. Not that I've got anything against it, I just won't be watching it. I've not seen it. I can't even remember. Is it Bambi Thug or something like that? I have Vardy, Gusto, Robinson to which player? Porro. You're going to tell me you've got Porro now, right? Romero, Burn, Cucurella. Best Maguire replacement. No, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, free spot. By the way, to save yourself some money, in yesterday's Final Thoughts video, I literally did a section on defenders and pretty much put them in order. So you can just go through and save you some money. Have Dallo and Gabriel. Everton defenders, probably. I wouldn't want to buy Brighton one. Man United, probably not. Just Everton defender, probably for you. No, not necessarily out late. I just won't be watching Eurovision. I'm going to have to watch it now because too many people have mentioned it. As in, I'm going to have to watch the Irish performance. I haven't watched Baby Reindeer. I'll tell you what I've just finished. And I know I'm late to the party. I've just watched in the last week or so, all 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. So that's what I've watched recently. How many points do I expect from Dado? Like 2 maybe? Any more and it's a bonus. Son or Palmer captain. The Richarlison news has kind of made me a little bit less sure about Son, so I'll say Palmer, but I may still keep Son vice captain. I've already answered that question, by the way. The 25 points money shuffle one. I said yes, but I don't think I would sell Porro unless you absolutely have to for the money, which is maybe what the money shuffle means. I did like Ted Lasso, although it shouldn't really work, should it? But like, it was just fine, just fine. I'll say I'm glad I watched it. Like, it shouldn't work, and I should hate it, but I didn't hate it. Do you think De Bruyne outscores Salah by 4 more points between now and the end of the season? Oh. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure because I think Salah's pretty good for next week. But I think because it's a double, I would take the risk on it. I think there's a chance, yeah. And because of that chance, I'd probably go for it. Try Prison Break. I've seen the first series. I've seen bits of the others as well. I don't think I'll be going back to it. Like, it's fine, but I don't think I want to go back and watch it. Dubravka to Ray and Gabriel to Burn. Isn't that going to be like a -20 or something for you? I just don't think that's worth a hit in general, to be honest with you. I'd go Dubravka to someone else instead. Volume is a bit low. Is it just me? Possibly. Possibly not. I don't know if I can really turn my mic up anymore. Maybe I need to figure that out over the summer. Ruben, Maguire, Kelleher to Vardio, Cucurella, Vicario, -8. I'd probably do that, yeah. When am I coming to India? Don't know. I don't really travel that much, to be honest. Don't be fooled by the photos. To the naked eye, the northern lights are more of a hue to the sky. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to Google hue. Hue to the sky. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I did see someone say that it's mostly the photos. You didn't necessarily see it like that. Still pretty cool though. Maybe my good night's sleep was a better option. Jude Bellingham has a shot at winning La Liga, Cup, Champions League, La Liga Golden Boot, Euros, and a Ballon d'Or at 20 years old. Could he be the best? Could it be the best start of any player ever? I mean, yes, but I'd have to think a bit more and do some more research about that. I'm sure there's other young players. I mean, what did Messi do early on? You're right, though. Jude Bellingham's got a great chance of winning the Euros. You said it, not me. You said it, not me. NN has asked me a question 5 times, but I've ignored him. Well, that sucks. That does suck. I've answered I've answered like 7,000 people's questions, but you're the only one I've ignored. As I say to my son sometimes, life is tough. Life is unfair, you know. Maddison to Gordon to enable Mateta to Jackson and Gusto to Porro -8. Or hold Maddison and do Mateta to Jackson and Gusto to Burn Dunk. That's pretty close. I'll be tempted by them. Do you know what? I'd probably just take the -4. That -8 is quite tempting, though. Areola, Gusto, and Fernandes to Vicario, Porro, and Madueke for -8. If you need Fernandes to fund the other moves, yes, just about. I have Dubravka, Lewis, Pedro. Is it worth doing Saka, Madueke to bring in Vicario, Vardio, and Wilson for -12? Would you do Gusto to Cucurella for another -4? I probably wouldn't do that -4, I don't think, unless you want absolute peace of mind. That -12, I don't think it sounds great, but it's also probably not terrible. Because Pedro might not play, neither could Lewis, Dubravka as well, and you're getting some pretty good options. I'd probably do it. Is it worth taking out Doughty for a double? It depends which double in defender. Like if it's like a Porro or Vardio, it could be pretty good. What am I doing? I'm streaming. 2 free transfers. Tripled up on Chelsea City Newcastle. Bruno Maguire to Johnson and Veltman. Or Branthwaite or bank 1 free transfer. Yeah, I think if you can keep Bruno and just do Maguire to Branthwaite, I quite like that. I'd probably go Branthwaite over Veltman because I'm not convinced Veltman necessarily starts twice. Can you discuss any FPL meetups in Ireland? You mentioned them last week. We're just wondering when and where. They're not like regular or anything like that. There's been a couple done in Galway. There's probably a few done all over the place, but nothing that I'm aware of on the horizon. I don't think. Mitchell. Yeah, nothing on the horizon. Mitchell, Gusto, Garnacho to Gordon, Vardy, and Romero -8 don't have Porro. I don't think you need to sell Garnacho. If you want to, go for it. So the other -4 is probably fine. Garnacho or Saka to Foden. If you have to do it, I'd sell... I don't think I could bring myself to sell Garnacho over Saka. Dylan, thank you very much. 10 points down on Mini League. Bench boost and Haaland, Isak, Jackson, Palmer, Son, Foden, Saka, Petrovic, Porro, Pau Torres, Dubravka, Pau Torres, Dubravka, Reguilon, Vicario, Burn, Trippier. Sounds good to me. I mean, Trippier's a risk, right? But you already know that. Nick, no more hits. What's done is done. Good luck. Thank you for the 16 months. 16 months, is that the same as the amount of points? It's 16. It's poetic there. You'll be good. You'll be good. Hopefully. If not, there's always next season, right? There's always next season. There's always next season. Just for more pain, more misery. You've done more hits, haven't you? I can tell. How much of a risk do we think Trippier is? Well, he's been out for 2 months, so he is somewhat of a risk, I would say. I think Trippier probably gets 1 start in the double. Outside shot of 2, maybe. I'd be surprised if he's thrown straight back in, but then I was just about to say I'd be surprised if he's thrown straight back in. Then my follow-up was going to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if he starts. So what would I be more surprised about? I guess I would be a little bit surprised if he just started today, but only a little bit. I was just realised I'm still listening to Phoenix after an hour and 15 minutes. Of all the pain and misery, we love FPL. What a game. What a stupid game. Van Heck to Porro, Gusto to James. I wouldn't get James. Salah to Gordon -8. What do you think? I wouldn't sell Salah to fund James. Hoyland / Bruno, Gordon / Son, or Isak, Fernandez, Johnson. I'm not sure what the question is. Hoyland, Bruno, and then it says Gordon / Son, or... Okay, so is it... I don't get the question. There's 4 players in the first bit and 3 on the second bit. I'm not sure what the question is. I like Isak. I like Brennan Johnson. I like Son. I don't mind if you want to keep Fernandez. Would you do Gusto to Trippier for -4? No, don't think so. Romero or Burn? Ooh, damn Burn probably. Just about. Would you remove Foden if it's leaked he's benched? Yes, I think so. I think I'd keep Fernandez and I would sell Foden. I think. I kind of forgot that might be a thing. Well, I don't think Foden gets benched. And also, Foden's quite good in 38 as well. David, thank you very much. Am I getting rid of my Arsenal defenders? Probably not, no. I could do Saliba to Romero, but I think I'd... I don't know. Leave myself... I kind of want to leave myself open to getting Salah next week and going against Saka. Just as a bit of a differential. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. In 44 minutes. Game Week 38 watch long. So, there's a bit of an issue with that. I need someone to help me set up the stream. And I thought I asked them a while back about doing it in Gameweek 38, and I realised I didn't ask them. And so I've only asked them this week, and they haven't replied yet. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it, but we'll see. What would you do if your City players weren't starting? I'd probably sell them, but like, I mean, if it was Haaland, I'd keep him and I'd captain someone else. If it's Foden, I'd probably sell him to Brendan Johnson and keep Fernandes. Although I can't quite get to De Bruyne. I could do Foden to De Bruyne and Fernandes to Brendan Johnson. That could be tempting. And if it's Edison, I'll probably do the Vardiol swap. Roughly. I should have probably given that more thought, but I just don't see any of them being benched. Do I want any FPL changes next season? Do I expect many? Not really. Do I want to see changes? I mean, with the changes to the FA Cup now, there's going to be less doubles and blanks, so there's less need for free hits and wildcards. So it'd probably be a good thing to remove them, but they won't remove them. Vardiol new, and to be honest, I don't necessarily think it makes it better, but I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought. I'm not expecting many changes though. Vardiol news, there isn't any. Maguire and Edison to him and Onana for -8. I'd probably just sell Maguire to someone else. Maguire to Branthwaite, Tarkowski and Bruno for Havertz for a -4. If you need to sell Bruno to fund it, then maybe, but I'd go for a double game week midfielder. Who would you say is the most nailed Chelsea defender? Cucurella. Not Petrovic though, as I've got Vicario. How much of a rotation are we in for Game Week 38 if rank is set? I've lost the league because Conte didn't play Costa in Game Week 38. I mean, there could be rotation. You know the drill if you've played long enough now. I don't think it's going to be too bad, though. Chelsea are still going for like top 6. I don't see Newcastle rotating. Lots of people got Spurs players. They probably wouldn't rotate a huge amount. So I don't think it's going to be too much of a worry. If the league is still on, Arsenal won't rotate either. Lots of minus. Romero and Van de Ven or Romero and Branthwaite. I would go double Spurs. I mean, you could go for Dan Burn, but you've probably already got him. I'd go double Spurs. Hold Bruno or free transfer to Johnson or hit Trent to Robertson and Bruno to Son. I'd be tempted by the hit to get Son, to be honest with you. Selling Trent's not great, though. Do you know what? I'd probably just do Bruno to Johnson if you really want to make a move. And keep Trent. Haaland starts. Oh my god! There's now ads on the team leagues. Amazing! I love it. I love it. Team league ads. That's great. That is great. Why Haaland though? We know Haaland's going to start. Hey, do you know what? At least he freaking put #ad because there's loads of people that tweet stuff where they're getting paid and they don't tweet #ad. I love that. I love that. Maybe somebody could say it's only a matter of time till that was going to happen. Hold Bruno or free. Oh yeah, did that one. Edison and Maguire to a 4.7 goalkeeper and Vardiol. I would just keep Edison and sell Maguire to someone else. Fernandes to Bruno G. I got no interest in Bruno Gomes really. Van Hector Romero, nice. Maguire to dunk for -8. I don't hate it. Like I just wouldn't buy Bruno Gomes. I don't think. So overall, I probably wouldn't do that. I already answered that. The 10 points down on the mini league super chat. Why would you not want 2 double game week defenders over Arsenal? Who? I can't get. I would have to sell Gabriel and Saliba to like Dunk and Romero, which is not terrible, but Arsenal are also pretty good next week. Wonder how many people will forget to activate their benches. Probably quite a lot because the UI is terrible for it. No bench boost and chasing mini league is Saka, Watkins, and Robertson for Pari, De Bruyne, Wilson for -8. Completely mad. Nope. Start Gusto or Gabriel. Gusto, I think. Do you think there should be more chips in a season? Not really. I'm not massively against it. But I don't think the game needs more chips, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe that's what will happen. Less doubles and blanks to talk about. Maybe they'll introduce more chips instead. Give us something else to discuss. Maybe that, yeah, maybe there'll be more, not less. Bench boost active. Which one do you prefer, Maguire to Vardio? I reckon it's going to be Maguire to Vardio. Bruno and White to Maguire and De Bruyne. Wow, you got that much money? Okay. Romero Veltman for -8 gives me additional double game weekers. Bruno White and Maguire to De Bruyne, Romero Veltman. I'd probably just do Maguire to Vardio, I think. Saka with the Arsenal squad, apparently. That would be shocking. He's going to play. He's going to play. Neto and Gusto to Petrovic and Bern Paro for a -8. I would probably do that, yeah. Or Neto to Vicario. I'd probably do that and get Poro. The only rule that needs introducing is non-consequent weeks cap. So you can't captain the same player 2 weeks in a row. I think that's a rubbish rule, honestly. And I get why people want it, because they find it boring that people captain Haaland every week or Salah, whoever it might be. But it just adds another element of maybe getting screwed over, right? Because what if Haaland's got Luton at home and then... Sorry, he's got Fulham at home, then Luton at home, right? Which is not going to happen next season because Luton are probably going to get relegated. But just as an example, Fulham and Luton at home 2 weeks in a row. So you captain Haaland. I think that he's better for Luton. Then he goes and gets injured, right? It's just another element of luck, I think. So I don't like that. Like, you can already get screwed over in so many ways. I don't think we need another way of screwing people over. I have Maguire and Havertz, thinking of keeping Havertz and going for Veltman instead of Poro. If you can sell Havertz for a good, cheap double game week, I'd be tempted to make the double move. But yes, Veltman's okay. Is your Bruno to Johnson move just so you don't burn a transfer? Bruno surely better if he gets 2 starts, which is now expected, or am I missing something? Yeah, but like, he is still a little bit of a doubt, right? Like, it's not 100% certain that Bruno Fernandes gets 180 minutes over this double. It could happen, right? And I suspect it probably will. But it's still a little bit of a doubt. So part of it is not burning a transfer. But also, Johnson's a massive differential. I'd kind of already talked myself into doing Bruno to Richarlison because it allows me to get Salah in Game Week 38. And Johnson's even cheaper. Best defender up to 4 million. Livramento punt is probably where I would go. Otherwise, Richards maybe from Palace. Van Heck Solanke to Romero Jackson -4. Yes. Or Van Heck Solanke to Cucurella, another strike. No, I would just do the Jackson one. Edison, Bruno, Højlund to Verbruggen, Spurs midfielder, Haaland. Brennan Johnson, yeah, I'd probably do that. I mean, taking out 3 double game week, if that's for a -4, I'd probably do it. Garnacho and Romero, or Fernandes and Charlie Taylor. Oof, Garnacho and Romero, I think. Where's Charlie Taylor come from? Would you do Garnacho to De Bruyne from -4? There's not many players I would take Garnacho out for -4, but that is maybe one of them, yeah. I'd be a little bit tempted by that. 2 free transfers. Keep Bruno and go Dallo to Romero and roll the other one, or Bruno to Johnson and Dallo to Dunk. Well, you don't have to sell Dallo, right? So you're in the same position as me. You can do Dallo to Romero, or you sell Bruno. And I'm undecided. I think right now I'm probably more likely to sell Bruno because I've kind of talked myself into Salah for Game Week 38. Was Phoenix my wedding song? No. Bruno and Maguire for Romero and Gross, or Duncan Johnson. Close. They're all going to start, I think. I say Duncan Johnson, but it's pretty close. That's the Southgate move we love you for. What? Bruno to Johnson? Is that a Gareth Southgate move? I think Gareth Southgate move would be Saliba to Romero, no? Sorry, I've lost the chat a second. I think Nine Hug gets sacked after Arsenal win 5-0. No, I think they'll save him the whole. I think they'll keep him to the FA Cup final at least. Dubravka for Anana. Dubravka for Nana and Wood for Wilson from -4. Is it worth it? Or Wood to Hoyland for no hit? I'd probably take the -4 and go for Wilson. If he gets 2 starts, he's probably better than Hoyland. Richarlison to Johnson for a hit. Yeah, I think you've got to get rid of Richarlison. Get Isak or Wilson, chase him in league. Overall rank doesn't matter. Well, I mean, does the person above you have Wilson or Isak? Get the other one, I guess. If they don't have either, get Isak. Although they're probably more likely to bring him in. Gusto, João Pedro to Romero Jackson for -4. Yes. Areola or Zabani for a double gaming player on bench boost. I'm going to say Zabani, I think. Would you sell Bruno or Garnacho for Gordon for -4? Probably neither. Probably keep both. Why would you sell Bruno this week? He'll start and has pens. Yeah? Yeah. Well, Werner's injured. Werner's basically out for the season. Yeah, you don't have to sell Bruno, but I'm in a great position where I've got 2 free transfers and nothing else to do. Will, I've already answered that question. It's basically the same issue that I've got. Why is no one talking about captain? Isak over Haaland? I think we have talked about captain quite a bit. Most people are just happy to go Haaland, really. But yeah, go Isak if you want to go differential. Why not? Why not? Why not? I wonder how much it would cost to sponsor FPL Tony's next league. Like, if you let's say Vardio was out, right? How much would it cost me to sponsor my stream? So for Tony to say Vardio out, by the way, go and watch Andy's deadline stream. Wonder how much he costs. How am I affording Salah next week? I'd have to sell Isak. And before anyone says, yes, I know Isak is great, this would be if I want to take the risk. If I want to take a risk. Why is everyone saying Burn injured? Don't think so, no. How much is a plumber these days? We actually have a really sound plumber that came to the house and told us there was an issue with something, but that we shouldn't bother getting it fixed because it just doesn't really matter. And then when we tried to pay him, he was like, I don't want to take any money. We gave him 20 quid anyway, but he was only here for like 15 minutes. That's the kind of plumber you need. You said Burn injured. Did I? Burn's not injured as far as I know. I don't know why I said that. Maybe the heat's getting to me. Yeah, I don't know why I said that, to be honest. Maguire to Brantford. I have Pickford or Maguire to Van Heck. Well, Van Heck's injured, so Brantford. 3 triple Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs. 2 free transfers. Maguire, Bruno to who? Foden and Vardio. Trent to a 4 million defender. Saliba on the bench will start. Eze to Foden. Mateta to Jackson Wilson -8. I mean, there's not really many good 4 million defenders. I would just triple captain Haaland in your situation. I mean, that -8's okay, but there's not many good 4 million defenders. Foden or Palmer for differential? Palmer for me. I think I'm taking the penalties and the minutes as well. You were not joking about the UI of bench boost. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. They used to have it where it went dark green. It was really obvious. I don't know why they bothered putting it like that. You didn't. You said Werner injured, but it sounded a bit like... Okay, yeah. Werner's out. I don't think I said Dan Burner. I don't know why I would say that. Anyway, Dan Burn, as far as you know, is not injured. I mean, he could be. He could have got injured overnight. Maybe he fell out of bed or something. You literally just said Burn out for the season. No, Werner is out for the season. I didn't say Burm's out for the season. Werner. Does that even sound like Burn? Werner. Werner. The German guy. Not the guy from Newcastle. The German guy that plays for Spurs, Werner, Timo, is out for the season. Dan Burn could have picked up an injury last night. As far as I know, he's fine. Good old Vern. Yeah, good old Vern. Isak and Gordon start. According to who? Because I've been sent a tweet from an account I've got blocked that have said that. I mean, I got to be honest, you don't probably need to be in the know to confirm that Isak and Gordon are going to start. I might need to go to the toilet before the deadline because what if we get some really important team news? Best defender for 4.9 for a minus 4.2. Burn or Romero? No, Burn probably. Team for the double game week is have 2 free transfers. Burn and Maguire to Burn. Oh god, now I've just said Burn. You've got it in my head. Bruno and Maguire to either Romero and Roll. Okay, or Saka and Branthwaite. I would just do Maguire to Romero if you can. What should I do with Saka? Already used free transfer. Keep him. You got Dan Burn on my brain now. I'm gonna quickly go to the loo because I'm gonna have to go before the deadline. It's better to do it now before there's any major news. So I will be right back. I'm back. Yes, I've washed my hands. Everyone always asks that. A little bit, tiny bit wet still. I'm back. Don't ask about leaks now. Still waiting for the next one. I really want to pay Tony now I really want to pay him for an advert. I think it'd be hilarious. I'm back. Relax, people. Relax. Maguire to Branthwaite. I have Pickford or Maguire to Veltman. Branthwaite, I think. Now Burns confirmed injured after falling out of bed. Who would you transfer in? Oliver. I'd keep him just in case. Best captain pick between Isak, Palmer or Foden. I'm going to say Palmer then Isak. It's quite close. Would you dump Diaz for Walker Vardio or hope for a start? I'd probably dump him for Vardio. Is it worth selling Bruno to Havertz? Probably not. Bruno to Gross free transfer. I'd probably just keep him unless you've got 2 spares and nothing else to do. I think. How are you feeling about Triple Chelsea? Pretty good. Yeah. I think you've got the best 3 options. You got to stay hydrated. I finished the whole bloody thing nearly. You got to stay hydrated when it's warm. I mean, staying hydrated at all times is pretty good, but especially when it's warm. Has the Man City lineup been leaked? No, we've only had Haaland. I don't think any of us were expecting Haaland to start, but Haaland is starting. I think Conor Bradley will get some minutes. Maybe, yeah, but only off the bench. I don't think he's going to be starting ahead of Trent for the last 2. Sorry I'm late. Is Bruno out? No, he's back training. Reguilon to a Brighton defender from -4? Probably not. I actually quite like Reguilon for the last 2 weeks. I mean, Bournemouth away is not great, I guess, but last day of the season... actually, it's Newcastle at home, isn't it? I don't know why. I thought they had a better fixture game week 38. I still don't know if I'd take a -4. Maybe for Dunk, but not for any of the others. Looking as you are. Probably answered this, but Maguire to Webster, Wan-Bissaka or Brantford. Brantford, I think. Of those. Well, I've got to make my move. I really wanted some more Bruno Fernandes news, but it doesn't look like we're going to get anything. I don't think that Man United Insider account has tweeted anything else. They seem to have a bit of info. Dallo to Romero. Got 2 free transfers and nothing to do. Either that or change Bruno. Yeah, exactly the same situation as me. Take your pick. I'm probably going to go Bruno to Johnson, but Dallo to Romero is fine. Bruno... Maybe I should probably sell Dallo instead. No, I don't know. Bruno to De Bruyne and €8 to Cucurella worth a -4. If you need the money, if you need the €8 move to fund it, yeah, I quite like it. Dunk or Romero? Ooh, I'm going Romero. I also think I think a lot of that is because of game week 38 too. If you don't need to play them in 38, I still think Romero because of Burnley at home. Vicario and Onana, good goalkeepers. They're fine. There's nothing to, no reason to sell them if you own them or anything like that. Play Madison and Van der Ven or Johnson and Porro. Play Madison and Van der Ven or Johnson and Porro. Johnson and Porro, I think. That Johnson brace. You'll probably get nothing. Burnley will probably win 1-0. Why is everyone overlooking Kulusevski? I just don't think he's a great FPL option. My bench next week is arguably nicer. One thing I would say is there could be a bit more rotation in the 38 than this week, so you might have more issues next week. So if it's close, I would just use it now. Do I reckon Emerson Royale will start both? I think he's got more chance of starting both than Skip. I don't know if I'd risk it though. I can't show you the FPL challenge team because I've not put it together yet. Do I take a hit from Saka to Gordon? It's close. Yeah, if you want to do it, go for it. I don't hate it. If you had free hit, would you recommend single game week defenders? No, don't think so. Maguire to Webster free transfer or -4 for Vardy and Romero. Probably -4 in that case. Maguire and White for Duncan Vardiol for free. If you can just do Maguire to Vardiol, I would just do that. Yeah, I think a lot of people have forgotten about FPL Challenge. I think it's fine, but it's like, this is the thing. I don't need to worry about it because I know if I just want to play it at some point, great, I can just jump straight back in. But it also means there's less need to worry about it so much, and so you just forget. No way. Oh, FPL newsletter says Kyle Walker is benched for Man City. We have been wrong twice over the past 2 seasons. Use leaks at your own risk. I mean, I'm sure Tony will confirm it before the deadline. He's asking if our teams are ready first. I'm sure the leaks are coming though. I'm keeping Dallo. I'm keeping Dallo. Now people are going to ask what to do with Walker. I don't think I take a -4 to remove him. That's a nuts one. Is it Vardiol is now like ahead of Walker in terms of minutes as well? That's really tricky. Here's the thing, right? If you do something like Walker to Vardiol, what if Vardiol gets benched the next game? That's the wrong Man City defender I wanted to see benched. As an Edison owner, I was kind of hoping that Vardiol would be benched, but it's not. Look, I don't see it. Yeah, I should probably put that in a ticker. I'm going to put... yeah, I'm not taking any credit for these. I'm putting who said it in the ticker as well. Edison starts. Yeah, nice. So I'm definitely not selling to Vardiol then. Okay, well, that's good news. That's good news. I didn't really want to sell him. Not that I was expecting him to be benched anyway, I guess, but good to have it confirmed, I suppose. Same with Haaland. In fact, I'm gonna reply to this a second. I'm gonna post my stream on Tony's. I've replied with a hashtag ad on Tony's post. Where am I anyway? Right, don't put any more super chats in now because this is going to be a manic last 15 minutes where I talk myself into selling Fernandes even though I shouldn't. Absolutely romped my min league, sitting on 39k and can watch my bench boost rolling stress free. Nice. Thanks for watching all season. Appreciate it. We'll do it all again next year. Maguire to Veltman so I can get Saka for 8.9 game week 38. You can always if you can get a better defender this week, I would do that because you can always go Havertz instead of Saka. I'm Lamptey to Vardio. Should I -4 Saka to Gordon too? Again, it's pretty close that move. I don't know if I would do that. I don't hate it. Gusto and Gordon or Trippier and Johnson. Trippier and Johnson. I don't know. Trippier and Johnson, I suppose. Got double Man City defence and scared of Foden. Diaz and Garnacho to Romero and Foden for -4. Yeah, don't hate that. 2 free transfers. Dallo to Dunk. Yeah, go for it. Would you sell Bruno or Gordon to upgrade Maguire to Tarkowski? Bruno, probably. Else going to do Maguire to Van... Oh, I don't mind Maguire to Van de Ven. At all. Richarlison to Brennan or Gross. Brennan, I think. Should I sell Foden and Fernandes, get De Bruyne and Gross? If not, why? Well, Bruno and Foden are probably fine. Is Haaland the best for triple captain? Yes. Should I bench Burn for Branthwaite? No. Same team, but Garnacho over Bruno. 2 free transfers, what you're doing. Well, same kind of thing, right? You got the same choices. Garnacho to Johnson. Or just Dallo to Romero or Saliba to Romero. One of those moves. FPL Tony just said, you choose the next player, but I've got to retweet it. Okay, who do I choose? Foden. I think I've got to choose Foden. I hate having to do this, by the way, but I'm just going to choose Foden. No, I'm choosing Foden. Of course, I've got Foden, right? Come on. We're all I'm very selfish. Everyone's saying Bruno, but he doesn't have Bruno. No, I can't choose someone I don't own. On a scale of 1 to 10, does no Bruno De Bruyne for this week scare you? I mean, there's only a few players that I'm kind of that are going to really hurt the rank this week. De Bruyne is one of them. Vardiol's another, and probably Bruno Fernandes if I sell him. We don't know about Vardy. Thinking of Bruno to De Bruyne or Son. I already have Foden, Saka, Gordon, Palmer. But De Bruyne for the differential, I think. I do think Son's maybe slightly better, but probably De Bruyne. Porro versus Romero, definitely Porro. Definitely Porro. Why can't you choose someone you don't own? How selfish is that? I mean, I literally said it was selfish. I literally said that. Well, so you want me to choose the player you own instead? That's very selfish of you, Mocha Foot. Very selfish. What's the Foden news? We don't know yet. Hopefully we're about to find out. Should have listened to Annie and not had the City defensive headache. Look, Edison's been a headache. Walker's been better. It could be Vardy next. This is what you take with Man City defense. I think. Oh yeah, did that one. I think I've done all those. No more super chats now. Wish there was a toggle. Wish I could just turn them off just for now. Just I'm worried about missing them. Gusto and Dubravka out for hits. I probably would. Personally, yeah. Take out Branthwaite for a hit. Nah. Just about what's the City De Bruyne news. The only news we've had so far is Edison, Walker benched, Haaland starts, and Edison starts. That's what we've had so far. Bradley to Romero for -4. Yeah, I'd get rid of Bradley. He ain't going to play. Darwin to Wilson or Nuri to Porro. Want rid of Nunez. Well, get rid of Nunez then. You gotta love your own team. And he might not even start, right? I'm 125k right now, looking to get a top 100k finish. Is Jackson captain crazy? You probably don't need to go too crazy to get into the 100k, but if you want to go different, Jackson's not crazy. No. Which City defenders are starting? We actually don't know. We just know that apparently Walker's benched according to Lazy FPL. That's it. Haaland did just score 4. He did, yeah. Yeah. He might not even score 4 over the double. Or he could score 4 in both. In both games. His Son essential this week would be selling Salah for him. He's not essential, but I think he is better than Salah. So if it's for free, don't mind that. I'm just thinking, actually. I've just realised, right? I don't know how I've only just thought about this. Let me just double check. Hang on. This is not like a leak or anything. I keep talking about the fact that if I sell Fernandes to Brennan Johnson, it allows me to get Salah. But if I do Saliba to Romero, that leaves me 1.8. And then if I want to do Fernandes to Salah, then I can still just sell Isak. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Oh, okay. So basically it'd be Salah and Gordon instead of Johnson and Salah. That'd be the main difference. And I'd get another double game week of this week. But then I'd be losing an Arsenal player for next week, so I'd have to play double Spurs defence. Okay, yeah. I thought I'd maybe... I had kind of missed something, but nothing major. Biden starts. Nice, nice. I got to retweet it now, otherwise... Always never... There you go. I better stick to my word. I've retweeted it. Yeah, that's good advice. Don't start thinking now. Yeah, that's good advice. I did it. Walker to Vardy. Oh, Jesus. How many minuses are you on now? Would you have moved Walker to Vardy or second free transfer? I guess so, but honestly, don't be shocked if Vardy gets benched at some point. Because, like, literally, you know, there's people saying this week, I've said it as well, well, no one's talking about Walker anymore. I've even said I think his minutes are probably slightly better than Vardy. I've got that completely wrong. It's always happens with Man City defenders. As soon as you think one is nailed, they just get benched. I just can't bother with them. So I'm going to stick with Vardy, yes, but if he gets benched, you cannot be shocked about it. 8 euro to Trippier to take me to a... I don't think I would take a -4 to get Trippier, to be honest. David City, an epiphany. I did it too. I'm on -8 now. Nice. You seriously hate Pep. What should I do with Walker? Play Zabani or -4? You could just play Walker still. I don't think I'd take a -4. Regular on to Dallo for a -4. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Best captain out of Foden, Son, Palmer. Palmer or Son? I guess Palmer. Pep watches your stream and proves you're wrong. Look, I think it'd be funny if it's wrong, but let's see. Keep Saka or sell to Gordon for a hit. Yeah, lots of people have asked me that. I think I just keep Saka, but it's close. Bruno to Saka in 38 sounds good, though. Yeah, I guess if you've got the spare transfer to reverse it, it could be an option. Am I doing the transfer? I'm going to do a transfer. I think I'm going to sell Fernandes, but I don't really want to take him out because... I don't know. Oh, now... Oh, jeez. You've got to follow so many accounts. Like, Foden and De Bruyne start for Man City, according to the professor, who's been retweeted by FPL Newsletter. I didn't go to the Galway game, no. Any defender under 5 million? Quite a few, yeah. Dan Burn, like you said. Van der Ven. Is it the worst thing to burn a free transfer? If your team's absolutely set, then no. But most people probably... I mean, it might be, in hindsight, worth me just burning a transfer this week. I mean, probably not. Dallo to Romero would be okay, I guess. De Bruyne starts, apparently, according to Lazy FPL. Start Gusto, Walker, or Gabriel. I really don't know about Gusto. I just don't know if he's going to... Presumably he's going to get at least one start, so it should be him. But then Walker's going to get one start probably as well, but he's less likely to come on, I guess. I think Gusto, but it's so close. Gordon for Bruno or Saka. Saka, I think. I'm probably not going to keep Bruno. I'm probably going to sell him. I think. He's going to start twice. He's going to start twice. I can just... He's going to get like 5 penalties. I can just get Salah anyway. It just means I've got to keep Gordon, but Gordon's fine for the last week. Then he's not playing Sheffield United. I probably will regret selling Bruno, but the thing is, he is a bit of a differential move as well to get rid of Fernandes. So you're taking someone out with a doubt. I'm keeping Dallo. Just feels boring to swap into another double game weeker. Is Bruno starting? We don't know, but I think he probably will. I think that's where the money is. Maybe he'll start and then, you know, have a reoccurrence of the ankle injury and then miss the second game. Who knows? 4 minutes left. Yeah. João Pedro to Jackson, Gusto and Neto to Dallo and Vicario, or Romero and Onana. Romero and Onana, I think. Triple City Newcastle, 1 Man United backline that way. Next week, Bruno to Saka for free. Yeah, probably just the Vicario and Romero route. Romero and Onana route, I think. No, wait. Yeah. Vardio starts. Is that according to... Okay, yeah. Of course he does. He's absolutely nailed on. Let me just update the ticker. Oh, I'm gonna regret selling Bruno, aren't I? I'm gonna regret it. I'm hungry. I need to go and have breakfast. The thing is, I don't know what to do. The thing is, if I get Johnson, I'm going to feel like I have to get Saka next week. Salah. Use your brain. Look at the fixture. I love how angry people get about this. I'm not panicking. It's a move that I've thought about since last night, really. So it's just a bit of last-minute worry about Bruno Fernandes. That's all. I've not eaten before today's stream, no. I don't usually eat until just after 10. Saliba to Romero. I don't know. I think I'm going to sell Bruno. Looks like Nick Pope starts today. According to who? It wouldn't surprise me. On bench boost, do I take out Saka for a hit? Probably not. You've already got most of the good midfielders as well. Bruno only ever missed one game. I know, but it was literally last week. It was literally last week. Goes to the point of no return. Tony says De Bruyne starts. No excuse for you. Not sure. Not sure what that means. Oh, I've made my transfer. No, I'm not burning the transfer. I'm not burning the transfer. My transfer is made. I'll show you in a second. I've either done Saliba to Romero or Fernandes to Johnson. It's done. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Candy Martin. Fair enough, fair enough. No, I can't do Bruno to De Bruyne. I've got no good way of doing it. Chasing 30, I have 3 differentials. Is it worth going against Haaland captain? I have 3 hit 38. Ooh. I mean, if they're big differentials, I'd be tempted just to captain Haaland, I think. But 30 is quite a lot to make up. Okay. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I've made my transfer. I'm confirming that I have made my transfer. I'm going to show you I'm going to show you at the deadline. I'm going to show you at the deadline instead of doing it on the stream. I'm panicking that my bench boost is not active, but it is. It is. Captain Haaland. Captain Haaland. Okay. We locked in. Let me just double check. Goodbye, Bruno. Bruno's out. Bruno's out. And now hopefully I can get... I'll probably get Saka next week and regret doing that. Do people still use melt as an insult? Interesting. Brennan Johnson in. I'm going to regret that, I think. I think I'm going to regret it, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I keep panicking that bench boost's not actually active, but it should be. Should be. Brennan's not getting 290 minutes. Probably not. Probably not. Did people forget about Rashford? I mean, he has been injured, to be fair. Oh, well, 2 free transfers next week. I can bring Bruno Fernandes back in. I mean, if Richarlison's out, I don't see how Brennan Johnson doesn't start, to be honest. Mistake, yeah, probably. I mean, most people think my moves are a mistake, so I'm kind of used to that. All right, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, make sure to give the stream a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hope Bruno Fernandes gets a few penalties. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Arsenal's an easy fixture. And then Newcastle after that. Do you know, FPL does make me laugh because, like, you just have to ignore the comments for the most part. Because had I, like, all I'll get next week is your team so template, your team so template, your team so template. Then you sell someone like Bruno Fernandes to Brennan Johnson, then it's, you'll regret that. Stupid move. Can't believe you did that. Like, it's always the same. It doesn't matter what I do, there will be a bunch of people not happy. So you just have to try and ignore the noise, and just go with it. And that's it for this week. Like, I think it's worth saying Bruno Fernandes is pretty good. And if you kept him, great. He's a great option. And I wouldn't have taken him out for a -4, but I had 2 free transfers and not really much else to do. So there you go. It may not work. It may work. Good luck if you've got Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I'm hoping Man United beat Arsenal, to be honest. So we need Fernandes and Rashford to do that. Good luck. Enjoy the weekend. The sun is shining in Galway. I'm going to go and enjoy it. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. And I will catch you again tomorrow for the knee-jerk stream. See you later on.